You know, there's the assumption in Israel is that we were in this kind of delusional euphoria from 1967 until the Yom Kippur War in 1973. And the more I was researching the period between 67 and 73, the more I realized that that narrative is simply ludicrous. Because so much happened to Israel between 67 and 73. The terrorism, the war of attrition, which was Israel's forgotten war, but in some ways one of the most devastating. Every day there were pictures in the paper of fallen soldiers. It was like, we call it in Hebrew tiftuf, you know, kind of drops of rain. And constant casualties, tremendous social upheaval. The Sephardic uprising, the Black Panther movement happened in 71, 72. It was by no means a society living in the clouds. What you did have in those years was a sense that Israel can handle any problem that any of our enemies would throw at it. That was there, a certain cockiness. And that evaporated in 1973. And what happened in the Yom Kippur War, which I don't think we've recovered from, is that a large part of the Israeli public came to identify this Israeli arrogance or self-confidence, call it what you will, with the near defeat of Yom Kippur. And then when Sadat comes to Jerusalem 4 years later, there's this sudden awareness among many Israelis that, wait a minute, this whole narrative we were telling ourselves about how there's no one to make peace with on the other side was a lie. And so you begin to see this tremendous Israeli self-criticism and self-recrimination, you know, that we're responsible for the absence of peace. And that lasted in one form or another until the Second Intifada. The Second Intifada is the moment when most Israelis had a second wake-up, which is, wait a minute, it really is not our fault. That we tried to make peace, we put a credible offer on the table, first at Camp David in 2000, and then with the Clinton proposals in December 2000, and we got back the worst wave of terrorism in Israel's history. So I would say that the old Zionist consensus collapsed in 1973, and then got worse. The collapse intensified with the first Lebanon War, the first Intifada, and then when the second Intifada came, we swung back in some ways to the old Israeli idea before 73 that it actually, you know, the conflict is not about ending the occupation of 67. The conflict is about Israel's existence.
So